Hi, today we're going to talk about GCF and less common multiple. Why are these two topics important? Because in order for us to be able to grasp well in the time we are being immersed in fractions, we will be able to solve them effortlessly and faster, because GCF and LCM is one of the most common things that we need to do when we deal with fractions. So what do you mean by GCF, or greatest common factor? It is the greatest number that is a factor of two or more given numbers. For example, if you are given, say, what are the factors of 12? The factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 itself. And let's say you are given the number of 18. So the factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. And now if you want to look for the greatest common factor, just find the greatest number that is common in numbers 12 and 18. And as you can see, it is number 6. So 6 is our GCF for 12 and 18. To find the GCF of two or more given numbers, we write the prime factorizations of the given numbers and find the lowest power of each factor that occurs in all of the factorizations. For example, going back to 12 and 18, we had to find its factorizations first. Okay, so let's start again with 12. Okay, you divide 12 by the number that is considered lowest and prime. So for 12, you know that it can be divided by 2, and 2 is a prime number. And now, what do you think is a number that if you multiply it with 2 gives us 12? Yes, you're right, it's 6. And the question is, are we done here? No, we're not. It's because 6 is not a prime number yet. Therefore, we can still factor it. And you're right, the factors of 6 is 2 and 3. Alright, so how about 18? 18, the factors of 18 are 2 and 9. As you can see, 9 isn't a prime number yet, therefore we can still factor it. And you're right there, it's 3 and 3. And now we summarize all the factors. However, if you see repeating numbers here, like in 12, there's two numbers here, which is 2, 2, and 3. It means that for 2, we can write it in exponential form, like this. 2 to the second power and 3. And for 18, we have 2 to the first power, or you can just remove the 1 and it's still the same. And we have 2 3's here, which can be written as 3 to the second power. And now, we're looking for the lowest power of each factor that occurs in all of the factorizations. And you're right, as you see, the factors common in 12 and 18 are 2 and 3. However, it comes to the point where we have to decide which are we going to use. Again, we have to use the one that has the lowest power, which is 2 and 3. It's understood that 3 and 2 here are raised to the power of 1, or the absence of any number means it's 1. And then, since we have the numbers sorted, then we will multiply it together, and that's how you will arrive at your greatest common factor, which is 6 for 12 and 18. And now let's talk for the least common multiple, or LCM. To find the LCM of two or more given numbers, you write the prime factorizations of the given numbers and find the highest power of each factor that occurs in any of the factorizations. The product of these highest powers is the LCM. Now you could tell already the difference and how to arrive GCF and LCM. Again, we're going to use the same sample as before, which is 12 and 18. So for 12, the factors are 2 to the second power and 3. And for the 18, we have 2 to the first power and 3 to the second power. And now we choose the one with the highest power that occurs in any of the factorization. Well, as we notice again, there is both 2 and 3 for 12 and 18, so we just have to choose the one that has the highest power. And in this case, we have 2 to the second power and 3 to the second power. And then we multiply them all together. So 2 to the second power times 3 to the second power is, 2 to the second power is the same as 2 times 2. And 3 to the second power is the same as 3 times 3. So 2 times 2 is equals 4, times 3 is equals 9. Therefore, our least common multiple for 12 and 18 is 36. Let's try for another samples. Let's find the GCF. Okay, let's try another example. Find the GCF and LCM for 24 x squared y squared and 84 x cubed y. So for 24, we can factor this by 2 and then 12. And again, 12 isn't a prime number, therefore we can still factor it by 2 and 6. And 6 can still be factored as by 2 and 3. For 84, we have 2 and 42. And 42 can still be factored by 2 and 21. And 21 isn't a prime number yet, therefore we can still factor it, which is 3 and 7. And now we summarize all these numbers here. As we know, for the 24, there are 2 3's, so it can be written as 2 to the third power times 3. And for the 84x cubed y, there's 2 2's here, which can be written as 2 to the second power times 3 times 7. And again, if you want to find the GCF, you have to find the lowest power of number that must be both in 24 and 84. So our lowest number here is 2 to the second power and 3. As you know, there are 2 2's here. However, we have to find the one with the lowest exponent or power, which is 2 to the second power. And now 2 to the second power times 3 is 4 times 3 equals 12. However, we still have variables here, which is x squared, y squared, x cubed, y. So all I have to do is choose the one with the lowest power. In this case, it's x squared and y. Therefore, just copy it, x squared and y. And that is our greatest common factor. Okay, this time we have to find the least common multiple of 24 x squared y squared and 84 x cubed y. As you know, I cannot emphasize this enough that we have to do the prime factorization first, and we should always start with the least prime numbers. For 24, we have 2 and 12. However, 12 isn't a prime number yet, so we still can factor it, which is 2 and 6. And 6 is 2 and 3. For 84, we have 2 and 42. And 42 isn't a prime number yet, so we can factor it by 2 and 21. And 21 isn't a prime number yet, therefore we can still factor it, which is true, which is 3 and 7. And now we will summarize all our factorizations here. So if you see, there are 3 2's here, which can be written as 2 to the third power times 3, and there are 2 2's here, which can be written as 2 to the second power times 3 and 7. So unlike with the GCF and LCM, we have to choose the one with the highest power in any of the given numbers. So as you see, there are 2 2's here. However, we have to find the one with the highest power, which is 2 and 3. And then there's 3 here and 7. And now we can multiply them all together, which is 2 to the third power times 3 times 7. As you know, 2 to the third power is 8 times 3 times 7, and altogether our product is 168. However, we still have variables here to solve. And then we just have to choose the one with the highest power. In this case, we have x squared and x cubed, and our highest number is x cubed. And we have y here, and the one with the highest number or power is y squared. So you just copy it after the LCM of 168, which is, that's it guys. That's how we obtain the least common multiple for 24x squared y squared and 84x cubed y. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you will visit my page again. And I'm very sorry on the way how I speak. It's because this is my first time doing something tutorial in YouTube. Thank you.